Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette signs Joan Vassos is getting cold feet ahead of Chock Chapple wedding. Is she having second thoughts? Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple left the Golden Bachelorette intent on getting married and starting their life together. But their long engagement has viewers wondering if they will ever make it to the altar. Joan and Chock's shared values and experiences led them to hit it off immediately upon meeting. Both had lost their partners to cancer, and both prioritized their families above all else. While Joan's decision wasn't easy, she ultimately knew nobody could compete with Chock. Chock won Joan over in the finale by suggesting they buy a home together in New York City. Joan and Chock's love shack would serve as a midpoint as the couple split their time between Chock's home in Kansas and Joan's home in Maryland. With their logistical concerns addressed, Joan and Chock began fielding questions about their wedding plans. However, as time goes on, their answers have become more vague, drawing suspicion that Joan isn't as confident about her future with Chock as she once was. Joan and Chock revealed they aren't getting married anytime soon. Joan seems overwhelmed. Joan and Chock were clear about their plan to have a long engagement in comparison to the Golden Bachelors Jerry Turner and Theresa Nist, who wed immediately after their season aired. But Chock recently revealed that their wedding plans are moving even more slowly than expected. Us Weekly reported on Chock's Instagram Q&A, where he stated the wedding wouldn't be until the end of 2025 or 2026. While a year-long engagement isn't unusual for many couples, they claim to be madly in love, so it's a bit strange that they won't settle down together. Joan's comments to the outlet were even more concerning. She claimed she doesn't want to have another thing I have to plan right now. Her attitude makes it clear her wedding is no longer a priority. This is a shocking change of heart from somebody who once found so much hope in imagining her future with Chock. Joan and Chock's NYC move still hasn't happened. It's a bad sign for their future together. It seems like Joan and Chock may have also put their New York City plans on the back burner. While shopping for a home in the city was one of the first things they did together after revealing their engagement news, Joan and Chock haven't mentioned their plans since then. Joan even traveled to Kansas after Christmas, a time she previously claimed to spend in NYC every year. Putting a halt to their plans to purchase a home together adds to concerns that Joan and Chock got swept up in their own fairy tale. It sounded fun to be constantly traveling and dividing their time between three houses, but in reality, their arrangement was not very manageable. The toll of living in different parts of the country could be straining their relationship, and they may be putting the brakes on their plans to add a third location to the mix. Joan and Chock may not have been prepared for the difficulty of merging their lives. Things got complicated after the Golden Bachelorette. Joan and Chock's time on the Golden Bachelorette was indeed a fairy tale, one that may not have prepared them for their life outside the show. When Joan and Chock fell in love, they were in the same location, without work and families pulling them apart. Now that they've returned to their regular lives, Joan and Chock have likely hit turbulence. Although Joan and Chock's children joined them for their first Thanksgiving and Christmas together, Joan hinted that merging their families has not been without complications. She and Chock both have adult children living in different states, as well as parents and in-laws. They also have careers and friends. Joan and Chock each had full lives before they met, and it might be more difficult than they anticipated to adapt to each other's worlds. Does Joan and Chock's wedding update hint at an impending breakup? Their hot romance may be cooling down. Joan and Chock's reluctance to focus on their wedding is a troubling sign. While it's understandable that they want to take their time getting to know each other, their relationship seems to be moving in the wrong direction. The finale saw Joan and Chock eager to make plans for the future, but they now both seem hesitant to commit. Joan's romance with Chock on the Golden Bachelorette was incredibly fast-paced. It would have been easy to get caught up in the excitement and glamour of the entire situation. which caused her to overlook the red flags. If Joan's having doubts about her future with Chock, it makes sense that she would be pulling back on their wedding plans. Delaying their walk down the aisle could provide them with the time they need to save their relationship. In the glitzy world of reality TV romance, few tales have captured hearts like Joan Vassos' journey on the Golden Bachelorette. With her grace, charm, and unapologetically adventurous spirit, Joan quickly became the fan favorite, and her whirlwind romance with Chock Chapple has been nothing short of captivating. Their love story, which seemed destined to culminate in a fairy tale wedding, has had its share of highs and lows. But as the big day looms closer, whispers are growing louder. Is Joan getting cold feet? The perfect couple, or too perfect? From the moment Joan and Chock shared their first dance beneath the shimmering lights of the Golden Bachelorette mansion, their chemistry was undeniable. Chock, a retired architect with a penchant for poetry, won Joan over with his thoughtful gestures and deep conversations. Joan, a successful entrepreneur and mother of three, brought an energy to their connection that viewers couldn't stop rooting for. Together, they seemed like the epitome of mature love. Two people who had lived, learned, and found each other when the time was right. But as any seasoned reality TV fan knows, love under the spotlight is never as simple as it seems. Recently, Joan's actions have sparked speculation that she might not be as ready to say "I do" as she once thought. Clues that Joan may be having second thoughts the disappearing act. Fans were quick to notice Joan's sudden absence from social media. Known for her candid posts and playful interactions with followers, Joan has gone radio silent in the weeks leading up to the wedding. While some speculate that she's simply overwhelmed with wedding planning, others believe this could be a sign that she's retreating to process deeper doubts. The cryptic comments. In a recent teaser for the upcoming episode, Joan is seen having a heart-to-heart with her best friend Linda. "I just don't know if this is the right path for me," Joan says, her voice tinged with uncertainty. While it's unclear whether she's referring to the wedding or something else entirely, the comment has fueled speculation that she's reconsidering her decision to marry Chock. The wedding details dilemma. Sources close to the show have revealed that Joan has been unusually indecisive about wedding details. From the color scheme to the guest list, she's reportedly changed her mind multiple times, leaving producers scrambling to keep up. While this could simply be the result of pre-wedding jitters, some insiders suggest it's indicative of a deeper hesitation. The reunion with an old flame. In a twist straight out of a romance novel, Joan's high school sweetheart made a surprise appearance at her bridal shower. Though the encounter was brief and seemingly innocent, those close to Joan say it stirred up old memories and questions about what could have been. Could this unexpected reunion be causing Joan to second-guess her future with Chock? Chock's reaction. While Joan's behavior has raised eyebrows, Chock has remained steadfast, at least publicly. In interviews, he's expressed nothing but excitement about their upcoming nuptials. However, keen-eyed viewers have noticed moments where Chock's usually calm demeanor seems strained. Could he be sensing Joan's hesitation? A history of independence. Joan's journey on the Golden Bachelorette has been defined by her independence. As a widow who rebuilt her life and found success on her own terms, she's always valued her autonomy. While her love for Chock is evident, some wonder if the idea of merging her life with someone else's is giving her pause. Joan's not the type to settle, a close friend shared. She's incredibly self-aware, and if she's having doubts, she'll face them head-on. But that also means she won't go through with something unless she's absolutely sure. What's at stake? The stakes are high, both personally and publicly. Joan's love story has been a beacon of hope for viewers who believe in second chances at love. If she calls off the wedding, it would undoubtedly send shockwaves through Bachelor Nation. But for Joan, the decision is about more than public perception. It's about staying true to herself. On the other hand, Chock has made it clear that he's all in. In his heartfelt proposal, he told Joan, "You've brought light into my life in a way I never thought possible. I'm ready to build a future with you, no matter what it takes." For Chock, walking away from Joan would be devastating. Is it just cold feet? Pre-wedding jitters are common even for the most deeply in love couples. Planning a wedding, especially one under the scrutiny of millions of viewers, is an enormous undertaking. It's possible that Joan's recent behavior is simply the result of stress and anxiety, rather than true doubt about her relationship with Chock.